After seeing so many cool videos and photos, maybe you have purchased your first DSLR camera. Now you are scratching your head, wondering how to use it. Trust me, I have been there. I purchased my first DSLR camera back in 2012. By the time I reached home, I forgot everything which the shopkeeper told me. I started using that DSLR for different occasions, but I had no idea what all these features do. And I was so confused. And it took me like 5 years to understand that I was using a wrong camera because my need was hybrid camera. And hybrid camera is the one which can take very good pictures and shoot up to 4K video. Those are like mirrorless these days. Then I purchased my first mirrorless camera and things changed significantly. So today I have decided to teach you how to use your camera. This video is going to cover the basics of this mirrorless camera, and maybe this series is going to have multiple videos, not multiple, more than multiple videos. So stay tuned. Hello everybody, my name is Junaid Qureshi and I make videos about content creation, editing and video shooting, and now how to use your camera. If this is your first time, welcome to the channel. And if all of these things excites you, consider subscribing. Cameras comes in various size, shapes and categories, but one thing is common in all these cameras: taking pictures and recording videos. I can't make you pro in just one video. It's a learning process which goes step by step. Learn the basic, master them and take another step. We will be covering two aspects in this series: video making and photography. So the camera I'm going to use is Sony Alpha 7 IV. It's a very good hybrid camera. It takes very good pictures. It has a high resolution sensor and it takes 4K up to 60 frames per second. And if you are using another brand's camera, chances are that they can perform similarly. But when I'm going to dive into the menu system, then these videos are going to be specific for Sony cameras. To start with, let's talk about the buttons on this camera. So on the front of the camera, you have this switch to turn on and off your camera. And in the middle of this switch, you will find a shutter button. And the shutter button is the one which we press to take the pictures or record videos. And next is a button with red circle on top of it. This button is for recording videos. And besides that, there is a C2 button, a customizable button that you will learn about later and can assign functions to yourself. And in total, there are 4 customizable buttons on this camera, 1 on top and 3 on the back. And now let's jump into this main brain. And from here, you can choose following 3 modes: still, movie and SNQ. SNQ is slow and quick motion, time lapses or slow motion. And there is a lock in front that you have to press to switch between modes. This prevents accidentally changing your mode. And after selecting a mode, the top dial gets into the action. Auto for still or video, P for programmed, A for aperture priority, S for shutter speed, and then the challenging one, M for manual mode. And besides these presets, you can create your own 3 presets, which you can save in these empty slots of 1, 2, 3. Then there is a dial which changes the shutter speed, and this works in pair with the front dial, which changes aperture. You can reverse these settings as per your need. And then there is another dial which you can assign to any function, and by pressing the button on top of it, you will lock this dial to rotate. Now let's jump backside of the camera where you will stay most of the time. There are so many buttons, LCD, viewfinder. These things are very overwhelming in the beginning, but don't worry, I'm here to save you. So first come first, there you have a viewfinder for checking your frame, and next to the viewfinder there is a small adjustment dial called the adjustment dial or diopter. I didn't know about this diopter, I just googled it. I had no idea what we call it. You just say it, dial adjustment for your eyesight. This dial you use to adjust your eyesight when you look into the viewfinder, and it's very good. And at the bottom of the viewfinder, there is a small eye sensor that detects when your face gets close to the viewfinder and it turns it on. Usually it stays off just to save the battery life. And on top of the viewfinder, there is a hot shoe used to attach a flash for photography and an external microphone for better sound recording. Now let's start from left to right. So on the left side, you will find C3 button, another customizable button as per your need. Next is the menu button, and that's self-explanatory. And on the right side of the camera, you have first C1 button, again another customizable button, then AF on button, which serves 2 functions: shooting autofocus on and enlarging the image while viewing your media. And besides that, there is a AEL button. This also serves 2 purposes: auto exposure lock and image indexing while viewing your media. And then underneath that, there is a multi-selector. used to move your focus point. And underneath that, there is a function button, which also serves two purposes: accessing the function menu and transferring your media to the smartphone while viewing your videos or photos. And then a control wheel. While in photography or videography, when you rotate this control wheel, it's going to change the ISO. And in menu, it's going to access different display option on your camera LCD. If you press it on the top of side, it's going to change the display option on your LCD while shooting. And on the left side, it show you drive mode. And on the right side, it's ISO if you want to jump straight to some ISO number. And underneath is a play button giving you access to your media. And the last button is C4, yet the last and the final customizable button. And then you have this LCD, which is everything. And on the handle grip, there is a door which you open it and you will find two memory slots. And having two memory slot option is really very good. You can record on both memory cards simultaneous, or you can record in one of your memory card. When it fills, then it automatically start recording in the second one. And this is really very good option. And on the bottom, there is a battery compartment. And now let's jump on the left side of the camera. And here you will find 4 compartments. First compartment is for microphone jack. Second compartment have headphone jack. The third compartment is for USB-C port for charging or transferring data. And then micro USB multi-port, and it's not usable anymore, for me at least. And then there is another compartment that holds a full HDMI port for connecting an external display to the camera. So finally, there is a last button in front of your camera underneath your lens mount. And this button helps to release your lens. You press it and you rotate your lens and you take it out. As simple as that. All of this might seem overwhelming, but in next video, we will talk about this menu system. And then we will talk about lenses as well, a little bit about lenses. And then we will make a video using auto mode and take a picture using auto mode. And then we will move on step by step, as I said before. I know this information is very basic for many people, but for those who never used a camera or want to buy a camera, I believe that this information is going to help them a lot. And if you want me to cover any specific function, feature, or how to video, you can write in a comment. I can make a separate video about it. So this is it for today. You can tell me in comments if you like today's video or you are excited about this series. And if you like today's video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. See you in the next one. Till then, peace.